Because that's what I fucking do. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Trading Among Stakes. We are officially live. Fluff, you still have to go do that thing. I will not let you out of it.
Get told.
I don't even know what I'm supposed to do.
I fucking sent you a link to a tweet. Go do the thing.
Alright.
A giveaway for a computer that won't sound like ass. Like the one that
I saw that,
buzzing
yeah.
in the background right now.
Computer?
Alright. So, last time on Trading Among Snakes. Last time. I'm going to skip over a whole bunch of stuff because I just want to get to the good stuff. Basically what happened last time is everybody kind of did a few things that were, kind of cool. But then we got to the really cool stuff where we went to, they went to go talk to the Peng family because, well, they have some issues with some guys taking pictures of their whereabouts and everything, and realistically, they kind of need some help taking care of the other opposing families in the area.
I don't know if it was the pictures. I think it was more of they fucking executed one of my guys.
Oh, I totally know that. Yeah, they totally executed one of your guys, and then they're like, yeah, by the way, we're taking pictures. Oh, no, I don't think they necessarily said that. Haven't decided if that's them or not yet. No.
I was just about to say, did you just accidentally reveal that?
No, that's one of the things I haven't decided yet as the GM, but for all intents and purposes, they either are or aren't. You don't know. That's the great thing about being a GM is you can kind of have things up in the air like that. Anyway. Yeah, so one of Antonio's guys got executed by some dude that basically hacked into Darius's vehicle and left a video behind. No, they totally succeeded. They got done what they wanted to get done. They were just planting the video. That's all they were doing, Darius. They didn't want to steal anything. So, where we left off, you guys went to the Peng family's whereabouts, which is kind of like basically like a little Chinatown sort of area. As soon as you got there, you kind of were told to, hey, put your weapons down, follow us. And it's actually the Zaifeng family. Peng is the guy's first name. So yeah, you're in the Zaifeng family's, what do you call it? Like, I'm completely spacing on the word, but their compound. Yeah, their compound. You're in the compound, and you're kind of went through a couple of areas where there were some people being tortured, presumably, and you're just kind of like talking to him now, and he's there, just like, all right, you called this meeting. What do you want to say?
Okay, so this push to talk is working, right?
Yes.
Just want to make sure first. Okay. So Antonio is going to kind of slowly approach and just say, "Mr. Peng, it's a pleasure to finally meet your acquaintance."
Yeah, he nods to you.
I apologize if I offend you in any ways. In any way, I'm not too familiar with the culture, and I would have studied up on it if I knew I would be speaking with you here today. But as you can see, circumstances are quite dire, so I didn't have the time.
Okay. So you see he kind of like nods again. I don't think he's actually said anything to you yet. But he kind of like nods at you a couple times, looks over at somebody standing next to him, says something in Chinese, and the guy next to him says, Mr. Zaifeng is very happy to meet your acquaintance. Now please promptly continue with the meeting.
Ah, yes. Well, as I'm sure my capo regime has informed you, we have a bit of a situation with the barbers, and I think we could have a bit of a mutually beneficial relationship if we were to work together to take them down.
I'm throwing these socks.
Okay, yeah, he says something to the guy next to him again, and just assume whenever I say that he talks, it's through this other guy. He says, Yes, I understand that you've had some run-ins with the barbers in the past. What is it that we can help with exactly, and what is in it for us?
Well, you see, as of right now, we need an assist with a bit of a rescue operation. Either a rescue operation or revenge, because we're not sure if there's any of our men still alive in there. But we know that they're definitely there. It's a body recovery at the very least.
Okay, so he kind of
Anyways.
he puts his finger up. He's just like, revenge for what?
Murder, of course. Murder of one of my my Capo Regime's right-hand man.
This is not something the barbers are necessarily known for.
It isn't, but yet here we are.
And he thinks for a moment, and he eventually says, "Do you, do the rest of you speak? Do you say anything? Does he speak for you?"
Trent is just
Yeah. So he kind of like glances over everybody, waiting for anybody else to speak. Okay, and when nobody else does speak, he kind of like looks over at Trent, and he says, "Silent type. I see. Well, I guess I should say most of you are, but you seem to be the one that, and how you say in English, keeps things in order. The fixer."
Trent sword. Back.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he definitely is. That is definitely something he's qualified for.
Okay. He looks over at Darius at this point. He says, "You're a bit more tricky." And he kind of just quiets down for a moment, like thinking to himself.
He's a bit more technical. Logistics, infiltration, gathering information, that sort of thing.
I see. And then he looks over at Abe and he says, "You don't seem to fit into this life at all. Like, seems as though you're kind of the oddball out."
Yes, but I can assure you he definitely has his uses. He's an excellent sniper. At the very least, that's useful.
And you, Antonio. Yes, I know who you are. I assume that you probably like said like a fake name or something, or did you actually give him your name?
Of course I gave him my real name.
Okay, cool.
This is a respectful sort of thing I'm going for.
Okay, cool. He says, "Yes, Antonio, I've, let's just say that I am aware of who you are, what you've done. And although many of my organization are a little bit more old school, I see no fault or issue with you."
He kind of bows and I says, "Thank you. You are more merciful than my previous dom."
All right, then. So, now that I know who all of you are, and you know who I am, that's all that really matters at this point. Other than actually figuring out 100% where we all stand on the issue. The barbers, they've been an issue for us for some time, but not necessarily one that I necessarily want to see gone.
But you would benefit more if their resources were diverted elsewhere.
Maybe. Let's put it this way. If you have too many businesses making too much money in a certain area of town, people start to look suspiciously, if you understand what I'm saying.
I'm very familiar with the concept. Well, here's what we propose. Even if you were able to make a monopoly on the market, either way, you and I both know there's no true way to fully wipe out a family. There's always stragglers. However, overthrowing is much more reliable.
Well, And Zaifeng kind of like thinks to a moment and says, I'm not one to go. Well, let's put it this way. Either we do the whole thing or none of it at all.
I see. I see.
If
Well-
the Zaifeng family is to get prestige and understandably increase its turf, if you will, then the barbers must be gone. But this is besides the point. I don't see what you offer.
Well, like I said, with the barbers, unfortunately in this world, with an Italian mob family, someone such as yourself, unfortunately, would not be able to lead it. I, however, can and have had the experience to do so. If I were to perhaps like I said earlier, take over or, if the need be, assimilate them, then I could divert their resources elsewhere, not taking away too much that you don't get suspicious, but enough to where you make a healthy profit. In
And,
addition to this, I would of course give you your fair share of the barber's territory, if most of it.
So he thinks for a moment. Talk to somebody else in Chinese for a moment. I think that Darius is listening in on this. Actually, now that I have already kind of spilled the beans about him being there, but I think Darius is listening in on the van. Now that I remember.
Yep.
Yeah. So probably what happens is, I mean, he knows that there's another guy, so he just mentioned, "Where's your other guy?" You talk about him, whatever. Darius, you're listening in, and like, you're basically like deciphering what they're saying, correct? Through some sort of like
Yes.
language machine.
Basically.
Cool. So you can understand him saying through you guys' earpieces that he's basically asking them, like, well, what do we really need them for? I mean, like, if we just go in and, like, wipe out the barbers ourselves and then just take the land, that doesn't really require us to really... There's really no point in needing these people. Not that they want to hurt you or anything, they just don't understand what's in it for them if you help.
So we need to convince them of our usefulness, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, I mean, like, what's also important to note is that if they can't find value from you guys, they probably won't even go forward with it.
Yep.
Darius somehow able to get this to us.
Yeah, you guys have earpieces. You can go ahead and, like, he can just talk to all of you.
Or just like cracks his steps forward.
Okay, he's still talking to, like, his partner that's next to him, and he, like, looks over at you.
Maybe they'll probably take more. Would be able to get an ally, but wouldn't get racially profiled by all the fuckwits in the other parts of town. So if you have business elsewhere that you need done that requires a bit more subtlety, you can't have any of you guys running in because otherwise you'll raise sirens. That.
He thinks and says,
Plus,
the
alliances are
interpreter.
fun, ain't they? Get some more friends to break things with.
yeah. So the guy, the interpreter says, are you implying that we'll be more noticeable due to our heritage?
Unfortunately, that's the world we live. Unfortunately,
his
that
head.
may.
Walks up. Doesn't. Well, he looks to this guy. He doesn't. Well aware that got a bunch.
Yeah.
Don't tell me you haven't been over to fucking downtown at one point and called like the fucker. Assholes exist all across the city, and the crime rates here are gonna be even worse assholes over time.
he sighs and says, I suppose this is true. I mean, you're not incorrect.
As well as this, you wouldn't have to be throwing any of your men at the problem. You would be able to, or at least not as many of them. We'd both be tackling the same situation, and we'd both be getting gain from it.
Let me put it this way. The Barbers have 100 men in their organization. Maybe more, maybe less, roughly 100. Now, you want a man, such as myself, to go into an area with a man named Oliver Barber, who's known for his violence. Now, his organization is not violent itself, per se. Oliver's got a mean streak in him, though, and I think everybody knows this. Excuse me. Now, he's still not 100% convinced.
You want to overthrow these Barber guys because you said you want all or nothing, right?
Yes.
You also don't want to lose as many men as possible.
Yes.
With us three here, you already know about Darius, and we got more muscle back at home. That's that many people that you don't have to field and put on the front lines.
Not to
Alright,
mention that territory isn't necessarily a priority here. If you want
We
territory,
don't care about
you
the
can
territory right now. It's yours.
I think Xiafeng sits back in his chair and looks over at Antonio and says, "Does your muscle speak for you?"
Sometimes, apparently, but he has a way of speaking it. He has a way of speaking it in different ways.
Yes,
well,
I
I'm a
like
bit
the
more
way he's speaking to me. You there, Antonio?
Yeah,
What were you saying?
I said, sometimes yes. We have different manners of speaking, but we're both very proficient in them. While I'm a bit more elegant, I suppose, would be a good word to use. He's a bit
Uptight.
more blunt, to the point.
Yeah.
I like this in a man. I don't necessarily, how do you say? And he kind of stumbles on the word for a moment. Trivialness is not necessarily something that...
Don't like lingering around on the
interesting.
bullshit.
No beating around the bush, as you will.
Yeah, that phrase.
And he says, he's going to say, all right, well, I understand that you have the gumption and the will to do this. Now, I wonder if you can actually back that up.
Well, I think you can look towards the Soviet submarine for that.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
You-
You haven't heard of it.
Oh, you haven't heard of it. We were employed earlier this,
Trent jabs in.
I think it would be best to tell them.
Yeah,
First of all,
and
the
I
cap-
also think we had a previous employer that would probably hunt our heads if we told them.
That's fair.
We don't
Just-
really necessarily want to cause anything.
So
Anywho,
he kind of like, he puts his finger back up. And he's like, no, I'm interested in what you've had to say.
all right, let
Like I
me
said-
give you the long and short of it here. One of my buddies from back in the day had a job that was a bit on the crazy side, working for one of the megacorps, right?
Yes.
We did that job. And it involved an entire fucking nuclear submarine from the USSR.
No, we heard radio contact from that submarine. It was sunk with all hands on deck.
Ah, nope. That was ours. That was false communication, my broski.
You know how these megacorps are. Always like to clean things up nicely.
Hey, you
Either way,
wanted
what-
to hear what happened We were trying to say that we didn't want to disclose it because it was a previous job, and you immediately go around and tell us that you heard it was false. Put it together.
I appreciate you being willing to not disclose past jobs with a potential employer. However, seeing as you brought it up, I wish to know more.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up. This motherfucker did.
Well, you and your organization have, and as far as I'm concerned, you brought it up.
Yeah.
But point being, you can tell that we're all quite experienced in our fields, and although we don't have the largest manpower, the manpower we do is very specialized.
Hi.
All right.
Plus,
I understand your proposal of taking out the barbers. Now, what's your execution?
Our execution, for now, we have
We
to take
execute
down
'em.
this little.
and crack
He's kind of
knuckles
I think looks
really
confused for a
hard
moment.
Miles.
I kind of look back. Please, Chops, if I can, please.
All right, fine. Trent takes like a half step back, puts his hands behind, like on the back of his head, or just casually with gas.
Yeah.
Still working on this one. He's a bit of a tough nut to
Ain't
crack.
gonna get anywhere.
Moving on.
I can understand when the help is, and he says that like not necessarily as like a dig, Trent. He just says that as more of like like your role. Everybody knows your role. When the help doesn't want to necessarily or has any boundaries.
Yeah, we're still working on those.
Implying Trent
Apparently.
cares that it, whatever. Goes.
Yeah.
Whenever he.
Yep. So Zyfang begins talking to the guy next to him again, and Darius, you hear him refer to him as the accountant. And he begins asking them like, how many men do we have available at this time, and what are how much resources can we delve into this? And he basically says, I'll need a couple more, another hour or two to be able to give you that information. He just nods and looks back at you guys.
We can see you're not exactly completely sold, but I'm hoping that we can at least take this small venture so you might see how we perform in the field. See for yourself.
You're referring to a job.
Indeed I am. And with this job, any territory we gain with this job goes completely to you.
Well, all land in this city is already spoken for, so who do you wish to piss off?
Barbers.
Well, of course.
What'd you say?
Barbers.
Oh, okay. I suppose you could, yes. Now,
Motherfuckers
you're
already
forgetting
tried
one
to blow
small
up
thing.
Farmer Hand over there with a fucking car.
Yes, I heard about that. Anyway, you're referring to pissing off the barbers further. Now, they did say what again? What was in their
Well,
message?
In 24 hours is when they expect me to be handed off, so to speak.
And if not?
Well, then I can only assume that more of my precious manpower and close allies and friends will be killed.
What makes you think that they won't do this if you piss them off further?
I suppose there's no real way of doing that, but like I said, we just need to be a bit more careful is all. I'll have a very stern talking to with my men. As much as you might think so, not all of them are like this one. Turning back to Trent.
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
And he kind of like laughs for a second, and the interpreter says, actually, to the contrary, Mr. Zyfang is actually quite fond of your man there.
Well, he definitely does have his charms.
And he kind of like looks over at Abe this time and he says, "You haven't said a word since you've come in here."
I'm a man of few words. I like to listen more.
And what are you listening to right now? What have you gathered? Share with the table, if you will. Don't be worried about don't be afraid to share your full thoughts.
I kind of just look around, stare at everyone, shake my head a little bit, and just kind of sit back down. I'm not really wanting to talk at this moment.
All right. Zyfang kind of just nods, and in very broken English, he himself says, "Very few words, huh? Very few." And then he looks back over at his interpreter and says something, and the interpreter says, "Well, Zyfang does not currently have any work that needs to be done by the likes of another organization. Seeing as this would lower his prestige if one were to find out. However, does not mean that you cannot offer something, maybe a proof of your resolve, a way in which you can prove yourself as a legitimate family."
What do you have in mind?
Well, as I mentioned before, Mr. Zyfang does not necessarily have anything at the moment. If you have any suggestions, we're all ears. We have nothing the rest of the day.
And Sora just looks up and you could see.
Didn't you save them?
Well, yeah, the non-existent cops realizes that.
Yeah.
He looks down at his fucking dapper suit. If I knew he was gonna like my attitude this much, I wouldn't put on the dapper shit.
Do you say that?
I say this sort of under my breath to
Alright, sure.
just sort of
Antonio,
jokingly. After he says it, he's just laughing. Sort of indicate that it's just
Yeah.
under the breath.
Yeah.
And after that, Trent looks back at the gentleman who we are negotiating with and says, How fond are you on the idea of collateral?"
Well, we're an organization that leaves our mark. One that when people know who have crossed them, who have been crossed by. So, not very concerned, no.
Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. You reminded me right there. We also have a mark of our own. And he kind of like goes into his pocket and kind of pulls out like a King of Hearts. I'm sure you recognize this.
There have been rumors, yes.
That is us. And that is when we were that was before we became organized.
Thinks for a moment, says, he says, "Yes, I heard that there were such things across town, yes."
Damn, you little card
Quite a
trick,
few, actually.
Working on something?
I like to leave my mark as well. Perhaps a more subtle mark, but a mark nonetheless. Something to strike fear into people.
Fair. Well, as mentioned before, if you come up with an idea with how we may be able to gauge your worth, mention to us. We're waiting. We can stay. You can stay and think if you'd like, or you can leave however you wish.
Yeah.
If you need to confer with your men, that's fine.
how many of your men are... Trent looks around. What does he...
Yeah, so
first thing?
yeah, it's extremely Spartan. Besides like the nice oak desk that this guy is sitting behind, you see like maybe like a single painting behind him. Is probably himself, honestly. And like a nice like a lavish living room, and like an overstuffed chair, with like a pipe. You see that there are a couple other like file cabinets and whatever, but this obviously looks like somebody's office. Maybe not his own, but you know, somebody's office.
Well, on the way in, did we notice anything? What I'm specifically going for is things of the either trophy or martial arts sort of aspect.
I've got an
What kind of
idea.
trophy?
Anything that they would have, like something that they would have to show prowess with hand-to-hand, fist-to-fist combat.
I think that these people are more of like show with actions rather than with you know what I mean, with like just showing off. Like
Alright.
these are the type of people where if they say they're gonna do something and look you dead in the eye and say it, they probably mean it.
I got an idea.
I think I know what you're going for, Trent, and I think it might work.
I mean, considering what you just said.
I'm gonna stand up
Uh-huh.
and just look at him and go, let me go against your best shot.
My best shot. All right, now what are the stakes, I suppose?
If I win, you trust us, no questions asked.
And if you lose,
If you lose, I'll give you my club.
your club. Not good enough, he says. Not good enough. He looks back over at Trent.
Hey, you have any big buff guys of your own?
I have very
Bodyguard.
many, but I like you. How's about if you lose, I get him?
Trent looks at you and he's just like, go ahead. I can put my faith in the farmhand.
I kind of just stare at Trent, but I nod at him, like, I'll accept that.
A trial by combat, if you will. And he just kind of like smiles and then claps his hands together and stands up and says, "I like it. This is the way that this is the old ways."
Yeah, it'll be a show.
Yes, it will. Now, I see no reason in this be happening immediately. And he kind of like snaps his fingers. You see a couple people like stand up immediately, besides the accountant. And he says something in like Chinese to one of them. He says, "Go get him." And
Assuming he's Mandarin.
yeah, definitely Mandarin. Yeah, he says something in. I've just been calling it Chinese, but it's Mandarin, realistically. He says something in Mandarin, and the one guy, one of the bodyguards, like runs out of the room, and he says to Abe, he says, "One of our weapons or your own?"
I'll stick with my own.
And the distance?
500?
I like it. Now, why don't we make it a little bit more fun? Why not a moving target?
Okay.
Have a person or object in mind, he says.
None in mind.
None in mind? Okay.
I volunteer.
Wow.
Jesus.
Give me my
God.
armor.
That's not quite what I was going for. I was more so looking for two birds with one stone.
Hey, this way. You fuck up. You're acquiring used goods.
How's about this? Abe, sir. You go up against my best man. I will give you a target. By the end of the day, one of you needs to kill them. I will not help my target, my man, any more than your side will help you.
Okay.
Does this sound fair for everyone?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you see, he kind of like rummages around in his pocket, and he hands like a not his pocket. I'm sorry. He's in like a file next to him, like a really old school file. We're talking like a file cabinet. Pulls something out, and this one's a lot more high tech. He pulls out like a hollow pad, but like he kept in like an old school file cabinet, and he kind of like puts it on the table. If you've ever seen The Mandalorian, it's sort of like those like little circular like bounty things that they have on there that he hands to you. And this little hologram of a person kind of comes up. And you see that they are just some middle-aged white guy. Gives you some characteristics of him. Turns out he's like a manager at a bank or something. Just whatever. Circular, just some guy in middle management. And he says, I expect this man dead by the end of the day. Or at least before my man kills him. Is that fair?
Sounds fair.
Excellent. You have all the information you need. Happy hunting.
All right, I'm gonna go get a beer.
All right, and you begin walking away, and I think that he kind of like gives like a little. Oh, and by the way, Antonio.
Yes.
There's more writing on this than you may think. Just so that you're aware.
I assumed as much.
As I mentioned before, happy hunting. And he stands up.
All right, he's gonna like kind of as they start leaving, kind of like talk with Abe. We need to kill this guy within hours because we need their help now so we can actually stand a chance against fighting these guys who killed our guys.
Like he's not running, but he's sort of speed walking.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. You guys like on your way out, and let me think. Who was it that talked to them? Oh yeah, Abe. You get a call on your phone.
Hello?
It's George, by the way. George says, Abe, yeah, it's been a couple days now, Abe. Just kind of wondering where we're at with the whole ex-wife situation.
We're handling it.
Okay. The only reason I bring this up is because she's planning on going out of town before too long, and I'm going to use a story point for this. I just need to know, like, is it going to happen soon, or?
It will happen soon.
All right. I hired you guys for this. I really hope this goes well.
You don't have to worry. It will happen.
All right. Okay. I understand. All right.
You are not letting off any pressure whatsoever.
No,
Yep.
no, none whatsoever.
Got like three different things we gotta do within like probably two of them have to be done today. and
Two of
one
them have to be-
has to.
No. So one of them is you have to deal with the frickin' what's the guy's name? George's wife. within the next couple days. You have to deal with this guy that is like gonna kill your man, like now. And then there's always the gem one that is like in a couple weeks. You got time for that.
Yeah, and Antonio doesn't even know about the fucking gem.
I think you might, but I don't remember now.
Trent never really.
Okay, you don't know then. But anyway, that's the fun thing about RPGs is not letting off the pressure.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're going to find this guy, like, right now. Where is he?
All right, so
Yeah, so we're basically just getting back to the van, and we're being like, "Hey, Darius, track this motherfucker."
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was planning.
Yep.
cool.
No
Sorry.
prep time. We're just going.
You guys all get into the van, and then like Lenny is like he was not with you, I believe.
No, he wasn't. And so Antonio's going to call him up, and he's going to say,
Yeah.
hold off for as long as possible. We've got to do some fucking trial to get help here. It's gonna be a few hours.
Are you serious?
Chinese.
Are you serious? He says. Lenny says.
Do you think I'd fucking joke about this?
I mean-
listen.
And I imagine like you're like pulling the vehicle out, like you have all your weapons back at this point, like you're leaving the compound.
Trent is dead,
Yeah.
unless like Darius is on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Darius, you're like in the back doing like hacker man stuff with like a swivel chair.
Yep.
Like, I'm in.
Hacker voice, I'm in. Yeah. So yeah, Abe. Who was I just talking? Forget completely.
They were talking. You were talking with Antonio over the phone as.
Oh yeah, as Lenny. Yeah. So Lenny's just like, you can't be serious. I mean, like, I can't believe they're making you do this.
I know. But it's looking like the only way we're going to be able to actually get these guys out of there.
You got 24 hours, right? You just go in, you kill the guy, you get out, right?
I also imagine at this point, like Darius tells me that I need to down. I just fucking Tokyo and a corner.
Sure. Yeah, I love
Shove
it. I love it.
Antonio to the side. Mid call.
Yeah, Antonio, like you hit like the side of the vehicle, and you probably like bang your head just a little bit. You're like rubbing it. What do you want to say?
Fucking shit. Why would you do that? Ugh. Okay.
Hey, we gotta do
alright.
this quick, bitch.
Yes, I know. And he kind of goes back to Lenny. Yeah, it looks like that, but they always look like that, don't they? We're going to be.
What are you getting at?
I don't know. He looks like some middle management bank manager schmuck, but
Trust fund, maybe, probably.
Probably something like that. He's probably bigger than we can ever imagine, but either way, we've got to get this done. We got to get it done now.
Oh, okay, fine. What do you need from me?
What I need from you is to hold up and make sure everyone stays calm. Everyone's gonna. I know that everyone's already in unrest right now with what's been happening. Just make sure everyone stays calm and reassure everyone that the remaining people are gonna get out safe.
Yeah, and then like you turn like into the corner and like get jostled the other direction.
Fucking. All right. So. Oh. Okay.
All right, I'll count
You
some
have
heads.
that. All right. Just make sure that they're not freaking out or anything, right? We need
Yeah.
steady hands.
All right, will do.
All right. Thanks, Lenny. And Lenny, don't worry. We're gonna get these guys out of here.
Certainly hope so. I mean, I'm talking to a few of the guys now, and everybody seems calm enough. But I mean, you can tell there's something in the air.
Reassure them that everything's gonna be fine. I'm not gonna let you fellas down.
Hey,
He like puts his hand to the phone and like looks over and just kind of yells, "Everything's gonna be fine, guys."
Alright, can I make like a driving test to see? Like,
Yes,
he's
please
probably
do.
giving me a route. Alright, what kind of difficulty would this wind up being?
Okay. It's gonna be the driving skill. I assume that there is one.
Yeah, there is one.
Yeah, thank God.
I put points into it. I know there is.
We'll put we'll do 2 difficulty, and I'm gonna do 1 black die because like you have like a lot of
pressure.
stress on yourself. Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Right. 1 success, 1 threat.
Okay.
We're trying
Yeah,
to get
so,
there as
like,
fast as possible.
Yeah, so you are able to get to where you need to go like pretty quickly. The threat will be you may have alerted some people that you're not aware of. They may have made yourself unknown to some people.
Oh, I thought it was going to be that I slam my fucking head against the door again. And I'm
Yeah, he
starting
gets
to
concussion.
actually get dizzy.
Or you can take a strain from that, I suppose, if you'd like.
Yeah, let's do that instead. I like that over the idea of fucking getting an entire squad of goons on us.
All right, looks like I'm taking.
not gonna get a
looks
whole
like I'm
squad of
taking a
goons.
strain. Looks like I'm taking a strain.
As
Well,
long as somebody takes it, I don't care who.
You left it vague enough that I have no fucking clue what we're getting. I'd rather he take 1 strain than fucking do that.
Yeah, I get 1 strain because I banged my head up against the door again. I'm just like,
Fine by me.
oh.
Okay, so you guys, Marius, I need you to make 1 computers check. You're basically doing hackerman shit to figure out who the hell this guy is. So you basically, the way I imagine it is you gotta look through like the list of employees of local banks and try to match pictures to, what you've already
Yep.
got.
What difficulty?
So, I'm gonna make that 3 difficulty, and I'm gonna make it 2 black die. 1 black die because of the bank security. 2 black die because of what was the reason I just had?
Stress.
Well,
I like it.
yeah, nah, we'll just call it 2, just because. 3 purple, 2 black because I said so.
Amazing. 2 successes, 1 tres.
2 successes, 1 threat. Okay, cool. So yeah, you find out who this guy is. His name is Charles. He again is basically like a hedge fund, like bank manager, essentially. I don't know if those terms are interchangeable or not, but we're using them interchangeably. You found some.
And the hedge fund bank.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Oh god.
Did you?
Yeah, definitely. And if you have any, then let me know. Hook me up. I need some investments. No. So yeah, the guy's name is Charles. You get some like basic information about him, like basically like an HR profile of him. You see that he is easily excitable, and is definitely like he probably has like some form of OCD of some sort. Because he's actually like whenever he gets something done, he has to like recount and count again and count 1 more time to make sure what he's done is actually correct. I'm not saying that's the only thing that points to him having OCD, but it's just 1 symptom. He stands about 5'9". What was that?
What the age?
Yeah, it's exactly. It could be correct. It might not be. Who knows? It's just HR. They also and you look at the picture again. The guy is like pretty much balding. He's gray hair, balding, and he has like his eyes are kind of like blackish, or maybe it's like a really dark brown. You're not really sure. And yeah, he's just got like you see that his head's kind of tilted slightly to the left in all the pictures that he's taken, like just ever so slightly. Yeah, that's what you know about this guy. Except for you know where he is too, I suppose. Like what bank he manages.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're outside the bank. What time of day do you guys want it to be?
Whatever time of day is the quickest, is the shortest from getting the job to now.
Okay, yeah, we'll call it like and we'll say that like since it's it's kind of cyberpunky, that the bank is like always open because fuck holidays. So this guy, you see, I the way I imagine it is like you guys are basically like looking into the bank through like your one-way mirrors, from your vehicle out into the bank, and you see like a couple people, like a couple of young interns, and then like a couple other people that look like they're accountants. And I need a perception from somebody.
Not me, because mine is garbage.
Just 2, and I only want 1 person to roll. Excuse me,
one
person?
One person to roll it.
My
I have one yellow and one green for perception.
Yeah,
one
so do
yellow,
I.
one yellow, two greens.
All right, you do it then.
I guess it's Darius.
Uh, 3 difficulty
What are
or
you talking
Two.
about? I have one
Two.
green.
What are you
Uh,
talking about, SpongeBob?
2 difficulty,
2 difficulty, yep.
2 advantages, 1 failure. Amazing.
All right. So you look in there and like you don't see the guy, but like you see like you kind of like look around and like something catches your eye. You're like, oh wait, maybe I can see it. And the threat will be you have to
No,
get
it's 2,
No,
two
it's 2
advantages and 1 failure.
Oh, excuse me. The failure. Excuse me. The failure will be if you want to know for sure if he's here or not, you have to get out of your vehicle and look in through the window. I knew what I meant. I didn't say what I meant though.
And the 2 advantage should be that there aren't that many people around.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think I'm gonna like pull Trent back. Whoa there, Mohawk. I think I should take this one.
How many banks?
Is there any chance that any of us are a part of this bank?
Let me roll. Let me roll some for that. I can't find my die.
Like casually. Yeah, babe.
Yeah, really.
I have not had good looks with
And
banks.
he's
Amazing.
All right, we're gonna use my metal dice for this one. Yeah, I know, right? No, unfortunately, this is like a. You guys probably don't use this bank, although it is a rather large one. Like for example, like just to tell you how big of a bank this place is, like it's one of those like skyscraper ones, like the entire building is a bank. But this guy like works like pretty. I mean, like let's be honest, like the manager, like the guy that like is like the guy in this building is either on the bottom floor or the top floor, one of the two.
Right. So Antonio just says, "Listen, I'm just saying it might be preferable that I go in." I don't exactly stand out as much.
sorry.
Okay, you see a couple people walking in and out of the bank right now. No. Well, I guess, yeah, I mean, a few of them do, but, like, whatever.
Are any of them him?
Go ahead.
I mean, like, Mohawks are pretty common in this day and age, considering
Yeah,
it's a cyber.
that's part of why I made it a Mohawk. He had to establish before that somewhat turning fashion.
Yeah.
He's just
Like
gonna be
old timey suits, yeah.
he's gonna be like, "Okay, all right, go ahead. I'm done arguing."
Okay,
And,
you walk in.
And yeah, you know what? Okay. You go on ahead.
Okay, you see like a Chinese man walking into the place.
Abe, let's go now.
All right, I walk in.
Oh god, I try to do hacker boy stuff on the rest of the
Or I
bank and
walk with him.
stuff.
Yeah.
I'll try to do hacker boy stuff on the rest of the stuff in the bank, basically. If
Okay.
possible.
Yeah, sure, yeah. We'll get to that in just a moment. Who's going in?
Abe.
Abe. Okay, Abe. You walk into the building, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see a couple people going between desks and like talking to people behind like tellers and that sort of thing. Where do you want to go?
I'm gonna walk up to the tellers and no.
Yeah, are you going in with a weapon or like what do you
Yeah,
have with
No,
you?
no. I'm still dressed how I was before.
Okay. Do you have any weapons at all?
No.
All right. This is a stick up. No. Yeah. So you go to a teller's desk.
And I just go. I'm looking to open up a bank here.
Okay.
Or I'm looking
Yeah.
to open up an account.
Yeah. You see like a couple people like waiting in line. You get in line. Eventually, you get to the front. You ask that question, and they say, "Oh, yeah, sure. I just fill out some basic information for me if you could, right here." She hands you a paper or a tablet. Excuse me.
Meanwhile, Antonio's going to be scouting the place out a little bit.
On the outside.
On the inside, if possible.
Oh, you're gonna go into the building?
With him. Yeah, I said I was
Okay.
going in with him.
I'm sorry, I only heard Abe. My bad. Yeah. So you go
I
in
mean,
and you start like
he
looking
asked
around.
again, and you.
I hate push to talk. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Understandable.
Got him. All right. So you start looking around, and what are you looking for?
What am I looking for? I think I know what I'm looking for. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm looking for.
I mean, I don't know. So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for the guy we're trying to kill.
All right, like in the lobby or like in the whole building or?
Wherever I can find him. I'm just in as discreetly as possible. I'm trying to look for this guy.
Okay. So let me roll something real quick. All right, so you're looking around and like you don't see anything in like the main lobby. You'd have to go back like into the building to be able to like maybe find this guy, but he's not here.
What was the guy's? He kind of he's going to like excuse himself to the bathroom, kind of going in, and then he's gonna because he didn't take the earpipe piece out, so he's kind of like leaning up to it. Darius, what's this guy's name again?
Yeah, Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Charles what? I need a full name.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, Charles is all you need to know. But yeah, you've got his last name too.
All right.
Charles Charleston.
Charles Doll, Mystery Time.
Yeah, it's Charles. Do you have his last name? I don't really have a last name at the moment.
All right. Antonio's going to like go to whatever the service or help desk is, and he's saying, I need to talk to a Charles. We have a bit of a business proposition for him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah. Okay. Here, fill something out, and like she hands you like another tablet, and says, "Yeah, fill out what you need, and we'll see if we can get an appointment."
Well, it's a bit urgent. I need to take out a loan with him within the hour.
Why so suddenly?
You know how rent is in this wretched city.
Ah, rent issues. I see. Well, I'm sure we can find another person that can help you with that. And she begins like sputtering off, like, "Yeah, we can talk to this person or that person." She grabs the tablet back and begins like searching through it.
Ah, lovely. This is around when Trent would get bored. All right. Start heading on in.
So when I see do I see this happening?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I'm still gonna stand at the teller office. I'm gonna be like, and he's not right next to me, right?
No, he's probably like across the room, but
Okay.
within like eyesight.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, I really need to speak to one of the bank managers about this account. I'm talking about some serious money coming in and out. So I need to make sure that this is the right bank for me before I sign up for anything.
That's fair. To the tune of how much would you say daily?
In cash, probably $5,000 to $20,000.
I see. Yes. Well, let me see if I can speak with somebody about this. Give me one moment. And she
Can I use a story point so it's George? Or Charles? Or is that too much of a story point? That's probably too much.
I'll say you can get on the floor as him, but you're not going to be able to go directly to him.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I think
Yeah, that seems
Darius,
okay.
Darius, make your roll, by the way.
Huh?
Darius, make your computer roll.
Okay, let me get that back. This point I forget if I have more yellows than greens, which I do have. What difficulty?
You're basically trying to figure out where this guy is in the bank, so I'm gonna need a 4 difficulty. This is a hard one. You're breaking bank protocol. Not protocol. You're breaking
7 successes, 2 threats.
Oh damn! Yeah.
Is that enough successes to break the threats?
Yeah, you know exactly where this guy actually is. He's on floor like 58, room 5812.
Yeah.
He's got his own office to himself. What's that?
Yes, I do.
Is he sitting next to a window?
What the success he can be if you want, Darius.
I was gonna say like,
Oh
Let's say that he is sitting next to a window, but if I try to do other stuff, you can give me 1 extra difficulty because of the stress. To make it a bit more
if
fair.
we try to do anything fucking else, we can spend story
Or-
points.
Yeah, you know what floor he's on? 58, room 12.
Also, here you go, Trisky.
Manager, of course, he has a fucking.
oh my god.
Antonio's gonna kind of like kind of just say, "All right, Darius, I need you to call me on my phone really quick. Trust me."
All right. Darius, you call him?
This guy.
Now you gotta call.
I say this like very under my breath while the teller is distracted, of course.
And as you're doing that, it's just like, I got it. Out his own.
All right, Trent. So, Antonio, you're getting a call from Trent right now.
Yep, I'm
Oh.
just gonna answer it because yeah.
Oh, hello. Oh,
Yeah.
Hello.
thank you so much. He kind of hangs it up. All right, everything's covered. I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Okay, she looks really confused, but like, okay.
I'm so sorry for wasting your time. Although I'll probably be back here in a month, but thank you so much for your time.
No, it's understood. No worries.
All right, and he's going to exit the building.
Okay, back to Abe. Abe, she says, "Oh yes, there is a Mr. Andrews that you can speak with. Mr. Andrews works on floor 58, room 32.
All right, I will.
Yes,
Thank you, and I
you
go
need an
through-
escort up.
No, I think I can get there.
All right, excellent. And then she just like hands you like a pass to like open the elevator.
Okay.
So you get to the elevator, you basically like
At the guest pass.
you tap the guest pass, and you're like the elevator door is like closing, and then like a hand comes in and like stops it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use a story point. And there's a Chinese man that is standing there next to you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my lord.
he just smiles at you and just says, good morning, sir."
How are you doing today?
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't. No.
Ivan.
So-
Okay.
3 and 3. No, wait.
No,
Did I use
Five
one
and
already?
one. Yeah, you used
Five
one.
and one.
5 and 1.
Yeah, all right.
We outnumber you, bitch.
Yeah, so there's a Chinese man just standing there. And he just says, "Yes, how are you doing today?"
Doing well. How about you?
"Good. Where floor are you going to?"
58. How about you?
Yeah, roughly that area.
Uh,
And he just kind of looks forward.
Antonio's definitely going to like try to come in on the earpiece. Give him the info we have, or I'm going to tell Darius to give him the info we have.
Yep. In some discreet way, or
Probably through the earpiece that you gave
Yep.
us.
yep, basically.
Okay, what information are you giving Abe?
Everything he could have of use.
I know,
which
like,
we know. His location, everything.
Oh, you're just telling him where he is? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, through the earpiece. So it's very likely that the Chinese guy won't hear it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, Abe, you're sitting uncomfortably, I assume, next to this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna look him up and down, see if I see any bulges on him for weapons.
I mean, he's got a bulge, but it's not.
He's got a hammer.
He's got a hammer, if you know what I mean, and sickle. No, I need you to make a perception check. That's gonna be a 3 difficulty.
I'm gonna fail this. I'm just telling you now. Difficulty is purple.
Yeah, three purple.
1 threat.
That's it.
That's it.
All right, you cannot tell anything about this guy, like where, if he has anything on him. He looks like just your average businessman.
Okay.
Yeah. So you like, you come uncomfortably, like going up the floor, like ding, ding, ding.
I'm just kind of waiting there, listening to the elevator
Yep.
music.
And he's
I would
just
like-
kind of like,
to idea of mentally.
I don't think you can do that.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be all
Fucking joking
5
around.
story points.
Yeah. So
that's
here's what we'll do. You finally get to the 58th floor, and the door opens, and you see a man like about to enter,
Mhm.
and it is absolutely 100% Charles.
Okay.
And we're gonna go on break.
Oh, no.
Okay.
There's going to be a struggle
Hello,
Anyone
ladies
you-
and gentlemen. We are back.
All right. And we lead back in with this Chinese guy, like reaching into his pocket and grabbing something out of his coat pocket. As we see Charles standing at the entrance of the elevator, kind of like looking at both of you. Abe, what do you do?
I'm gonna. So where? I guess me and the other guy are just both in the elevator, like side by side in the middle
Yeah,
of it.
and Charles is like waiting for you guys to like leave the elevator so he can get on.
So I'm gonna back up, or I'm gonna hold out my arm, so blocking the Chinese guy
Uh-huh.
and holding the door open, saying, "We're still going up after you, sir."
Okay. So like the Chinese guy like pulls out like a little pocketbook and like looks over at you like, I'm off on this floor.
Okay, it's still rude to.
Okay, man. And then he like leaves the elevator
Okay,
and Charles enters.
I'm gonna back up so he can come in.
Okay.
And back to
Charles
push
just
the
gives you,
talk
like-
to Antonio.
Yeah. Charles gives you like a weird look. Like, what the hell was that about?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, okay, whatever. He pushes the button, like heading further up. And he just kind of like looks forward.
Kill him.
With what?
His plaque off of his desk.
Something.
You're in
Is
an
he just-
elevator. You can't
Is
pull
he
off
wearing
a
a
plaque.
tie?
Is he what?
Wearing a tie?
Absolutely.
Okay. And another question: is this the kind of skyscraper where everything in kind of like a I don't know, like beach hotels where like they have balconies leading to like the pool,
No.
so everything is enclosed?
Pretty much.
Okay, so it's not like the Payday Bank.
No.
Damn. Okay.
This is a bank, sir.
I'm gonna try to
That
whisper
bank is
in my
back.
earpiece. Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Oh god.
I'm gonna try to whisper in my earpiece.
Fucking fluff! Back to push to talk.
Yeah, back to push.
Fuck.
I already told
Um,
you that it was fucking picking it up. God damn, pay attention.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to tell him to try to tell Marius or Darius to see if he can get the elevator to malfunction.
Oh boy.
All right. Roll me a 2 difficulty, and I don't even know what the hell that roll would be to make sure you can't hear.
I don't know either. Let's
God
see.
damn, that's so weird.
I'm feeling like, with coordination. No,
Or
no, because that's
maybe
agility.
even-
That's agility.
or maybe roll for him to not notice that you are doing something. Sounds
I don't
more
even know
like
what I'd roll for
here.
him besides perception. I don't want him to roll. I want
How about
I'm-
deception? Deception.
I want Abe to roll deception. Yes, deception
Okay.
works great.
And how many difficulty?
2.
Cool.
2 success, 1 threat.
All right. All right. All right. So yeah, you succeed, but I don't think that you spoke loud enough for Darius to be able to hear.
Oh, damn it.
Hmm.
For fuck's sake.
So I don't hear anything on the other end?
I think Darius, you can hear him say something, but you're not sure what it is.
Or would that difficulty be or stress either me not hearing or him kind of
He
Alright.
succeeded. He succeeded in not.
being detected?
Yeah, he didn't alert him, which I think is the way that you wanted to go. But
Say
you did not hear what he said.
So I'm guessing that he didn't hear was the threat.
Yeah, I just understood that he said something, but not what.
Yeah.
Antonio's gonna see that something's up and he's gonna call
Can I,
Abe on his phone.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna answer. Hey,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
We were just wondering where you were.
I'm in the elevator.
Oh, going to see that teller, huh? Do you need any help?
Yeah, I do actually.
All right. Do you need things to slow down a little bit?
Yeah.
I really need everything to speed up.
All right,
It's
you got it.
it's been a really really long day. I kind of want to hurry everything up.
All right. I copy. Just be a moment.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
He hangs up and says, "He's in the elevator with the target. We need to we need to get into that thing." He says he
Oh.
wants it to speed up. No clue what that means.
Oh boy, I'm gonna try to stop the elevator, basically. I'm going to guess that it's an electric elevator or something.
All right, you hacked the elevator. Let's go ahead and roll. We'll call it a 4 difficulty again, because that's a bank. I mean, for God's sakes.
I'm hoping for a 7th success again.
One success, 2 advantages.
Stupid. Game is stupid. I hate this game. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so you succeed. What do you want your advantage to be?
Both the assassin and both the
No.
Chinese assassin and the other guy somehow.
Chinese guy is off.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy somehow
I think
Or-
he actually
either
either
he
A
falls
has some
over.
weird convoluted plot, or B it uses.
Yeah, I don't know.
He just made us racist.
No, I think that what happens is the fire alarm goes off. How's about so that when it stops, it's not too out of the ordinary.
Something to make it that the elevator didn't block unnoticeable, basically.
Yeah,
So
fire
that no
alarm.
one will be able to tell that something's wrong. If you get what I mean.
And
So
then
that they
shit
has...
prevents the fucking killing.
I'm just stopping the elevator.
Yeah, what do you guys think
Oh.
is the advantage should be spent on?
Something like you said, where the fire alarm or something goes off and people don't realize that the elevator stopped.
Okay.
Something
guys
along those lines.
Is that cool with
He's
everybody?
doing the action. I feel.
Yeah, if that's what he wants.
I
to do.
know, but it doesn't mean that we can't have input.
Yeah,
Well,
let's just
it
go with
also
that.
it also just the rest of us will. It also just means the rest of us will just have to improv with it.
All right, cool. Fire alarm goes off. In the whole building or just the elevator?
Yep.
Building.
What do you mean? Yep.
Whole building.
Whole
All of the
building?
above.
All right, all the above. Fire alarm starts going off.
All of the above.
Yeah, you guys start seeing like fire alarm signals going off, and like the lights turn off for a second, and the emergency lights turn on. And Darius, you're in the elevator with this dude, or not Darius? Holy shit, Abe.
Darius,
Uh-huh.
you teleported into the elevator. Do you have your gun?
Darius.
So kill him.
Teleported
Abe.
into Abe's body. Abe, what do you do with this guy?
I'm gonna act really panicked and try and figure out a way to get out.
Okay, so this guy is gonna like go over to you and he's just gonna like grab your shoulders and be like, "Hey, man, we gotta settle down. It's gonna be fine. Hey, no, come here." He's gonna like grab both your shoulders and try to like pat you on the back and be like, "Hey, it's gonna be fine."
And in response to all this, is go beyond the ear. Yeah.
So can I?
You see people like funneling out of the building.
Hold up. Brent is actually like, "What did you do?"
The elevator stopped, and that's the distraction for now.
Oh, the elevator's stopped. They're hey, no, you can hear me. You don't have to reply back. Keep doing whatever the fuck you're doing. I highly recommend. You're stuck in an elevator and you need to get out. There's probably a hatch on the roof. Maybe you could get out that.
That was my plan.
Get out that.
Get
Push
to
him
that.
out.
Yeah, I'm going to. Is there a hatch on top?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna pry it open.
All right. You begin like attempting to pry it open. I'm gonna use my
And I
last
use
story
a
point.
story point. No! I use a story point to say that it was easy. Fuck you!
I'll take it. I'll take it.
He did say he's going to use a story point before you did.
I
No,
started
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
No, I was starting it already.
He screamed it louder, so he wins.
Nah, it's all good. He uses a straight point. He opens it up. It just pops right off. It's all cool.
I'm gonna be like, and are we at a floor or are we in between?
Yo, you're in between floors,
So
obviously.
I'm gonna get up there and be like, I'm gonna go get help.
No, dude, here, help me out.
Be like, I'm gonna try to help him up, but keep like almost slipping, like trying to make it seem like I can't carry him.
Yeah, so like as he's on his way up, he's just like, don't worry, I can probably. I'm on the company softball team or some stupid thing like that, and like he's gonna try to pull himself up
I'm gonna slam the hat shut
on his fingers.
on his fingers.
Oh, cold, man. All right, go ahead and roll.
He's trying
roll.
to murder this man.
What do I roll? What do I roll?
Just push him down the elevator shaft.
You should have him roll anything to shut the fucking elevator hatch that opened up.
Just
It's one difficulty to make sure nothing crazy happens. That's
And what
all.
else? What else? Anything
roll,
else? No.
maybe.
One difficulty against your like agility or brawn or whatever you feel like works best.
I was brawl.
Brawl. Sure.
Brawl is punching shit. Yeah, sure.
2 successes and 2 advantage.
All right, you
Amazing.
slam it down on his fingers, and what do you want your advantages to be?
He has to spend way too long recovering from the.
I'm gonna stand on top of it
Oh shit, dude! I
while
think like,
holding the wires.
all right, so yeah, you stand on top of it, and he like falls down like into the back into the elevator, and he starts yelling something back up at you, but like he sounds angry, but like what the hell? Oh my god, I need some help.
I'm going to then message or talk to Marriott or Darius
Okay.
and say, "Drop it."
Yeah. Great minds think alike.
Listen, Abe, as much as I'd like to,
Nah,
What
shut up.
about
This is
you?
funny. Go.
I'm holding onto the wire.
Yeah, he does it. It's going down. It's going down. Too late.
Oh,
It's going
God.
down.
I'm holding onto the
God.
wire.
It's
or
already going down.
It's happening.
Oh,
All right,
God.
you go down with the wire. No,
I am now a pull.
you're holding on to the other wire that like is pulling you up.
Yes.
I would recommend better holding on to the next floor or something.
I would jump off
Okay.
quick.
Yeah, I'll do
Go-
that.
Hold on to the ledge of like the next floor.
All right,
Or...
so like it takes a moment to gain like momentum, but I need you to roll an agility or like coordination.
Where's coordination? Coordination. Okay. Any difficulty?
Yes, obviously. This is gonna be a hard one, man. So I'm gonna call it 3.
But one
3
40 points to get up.
success, 3 success, and 1 threat.
Never mind.
Okay. Your 3 successes that you jump off and you make it just fine. You try prying the doors open, but they're just like glued shut right now.
Okay. Is that the threat?
That's the threat.
Okay.
Not saying you can't make another roll, but I'm just saying at the moment they're
No,
shut.
I'm fine with that. All right.
Mm.
Yeah, and we kind of like go back to like Darius's view. Who Darius, you open up your camera
Yep.
onto the inside of this elevator. The guy is like screaming in the elevator. You see that he's missing a couple fingers at this point.
Oh no!
he was
Oh,
such a
God.
nice guy, but he had to go.
Yeah, he was so nice to you, man, and you just murdered him.
Yeah, I haven't murdered him yet.
I mean, you
Listen,
technically did
man.
murder him. It's Darius.
If you
We
want to be
need to do this, all
if
right?
you want to be practical, none of us murder him because the fall is going to kill him.
No, the fall
yeah, I
isn't
just
going
pulled
to
the
kill him.
trigger.
The suddenly stopping is going.
Oh God.
God. Yeah, so you see him screaming and like he's like in the middle of the elevator shaft where like he's like trying to like grab a wall or something, like a handhold or a railing or anything. He's like floating in the middle of this, just going down, and all of a sudden you see like, the camera go blank, and yeah, he's gone. That's some Final Destination shit right there.
Oh God.
All right.
All right. So
Hey,
what
all
what
right.
do we see on the fucking bottom floor when this elevator? Axe.
You see a lot of smoke and dust and debris come out of the elevator.
Oh
All
god.
right. Do we have Ping's like phone number or whatever you wanted to call?
Is that Fang?
Oh,
Ping.
God.
Pang is his first name.
Right.
Before this, can I call up Abe and ask him what's your situation? Jeez, I cannot say
Situation.
situation.
What's the sitch?
Jesus.
Fucking Kim.
British.
Fucking all of a sudden we're Kim Possible. What's the sitch?
Oh god.
Possible senpai.
What? Yep.
I'm stuck in the elevator shaft, but I'm gonna try and get out of there again. So I'm gonna. What should I roll for that?
All right, this is gonna be like a. Let's see.
I don't just have the fucking
Ron.
nerd hack the door open.
Oh yeah,
Trying to pry it open.
I am on like the 60th floor.
Pretty much.
Just open like floors
Okay.
58 through 62 or some shit. It'll be on one of those.
I'm gonna try to pry it open first.
Right, that's a prawn.
Ron.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
So what? Brawl or?
Oh, I forgot.
It would be
that's
athletics.
his ability. My
It would
bad.
be
Athletics.
athletics.
You know, Trisky, I'm trying my best here.
I am. What difficulty?
We'll call it. We'll call it
Have
two.
you ever tried to open an elevator?
One
No, but-
success and one threat.
See,
Again.
he's fine. He opens it up.
And there's a guy
Um,
with a gun on the other.
Yeah, the odds are stacked against us in the beginning, kid. They just fucking blast you away.
All of a sudden, fucking Fallout New Vegas title drop.
Yeah,
To be perfectly honest, game was rigged from the start.
exactly. No, where's your platinum chip? Anyway, he goes ahead. You go ahead and open it up, like no big deal, whatever. You open it up, and there are a stream of people passing by you to get to the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna try to blend in with them and start running with them.
All right, that's your threat. Is that there's a bunch of people. It's gonna take a long time to get down.
That's fine.
I don't think that's a threat. I think that's actually like an advantage for him because now he can blend in.
It's fine. It's canon already. He said it.
Yes, can it? Stop. Antonio, stop ruining the immersion.
Yeah, don't you know? Threat sometimes means advantage. Shut up.
Yeah, goddamn, no. Basically, what I'm trying to say is like it's gonna take a long time for you to get down. You'll see why.
Well, there's no actual fire, so we're fine.
You'll see why.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because of the fucking job that we're doing that is time sensitive.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and basically at this point he's going to like call up whatever number Ping wanted us to call after we were done.
Okay.
I'm not gonna call him. I'm gonna have you guys call him.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm going to call him, and
Okay, you call like a representative of his.
I say it was messy, but the job's done.
Okay, they just hang up.
Well, let's hope this is all fine. And he just kind of like goes in the earpiece. Abe, once you get down here, rush out to the car. We need to get out of here.
Oh boy.
Okay. At this point, like fire trucks are showing up.
While this is still happening, can I basically see if there is any camera footage which I should delete and bring in and also download as proof?
Yes.
Trent,
Everything that was in that elevator.
Should I do a check for that? Or
I mean, you kind of already have hacked everything.
Yeah.
You can kind of.
you have that shit. All right.
Yeah.
You hacked
also,
the planet. It's
While
fine.
we're doing this, Trent is just going to like go over, bug Antonio, be like, "Shit's coming in. We need to get the ban out of the way, otherwise we'll look sus as fuck."
All right. He'll kind of like do on the earpiece. All right, we're gonna be a little bit of the ways away, so the fire trucks can get in, but you'll be
Because we're
fine.
because we're more likely than not, we just parked right out front.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Well, once we park, we're gonna tell you where we are, so you'll be fine.
Yeah, you've got like an Andy's catering on like the side of your truck, so like nobody thinks anything of it. I'm kidding, but
All right, so
Back out to
we
the den.
park
Try to sit
wherever,
around.
and I tell him where we park. So
all right, cool.
we're
It's
good.
like a couple blocks. It's a couple blocks. It's fine. All All right. So, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? How do I want to make this worse?
You want to make me safely get to the van?
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a story point. Some police start showing up.
Cool. We're not involved.
The police show up and they begin escorting people out of the building and talking to them. And there's a lot of police here. Abe, you have not seen any of them yet because you're still on the 30th floor on your way
Okay.
down. But definitely everybody else knows of the police.
We announce him of the police.
We're gonna just tell him, yeah, when you get down to the main floor, just act casual, tell them you were in a meeting, and then all of a sudden the fire alarm went off. Just play it cool.
Mm-hmm.
There's Popo.
All right, cool. You want to skip down to when you get to the lobby?
Yeah, let's
Yes, please.
Cool. You get down to the lobby, and at this point, a lot of people are out of the building. You see that there is a couple cops that kind of start walking towards you.
Towards me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look just scared
Okay.
and just trying to run out of the building with everyone else.
Okay. Yeah. The cops kind of come over to you and they just say, how are you doing?
What's going on? Was there a fire?
The fire alarms did go off, yes. There's still some debris by the elevator. They're gonna say we think that there's something wrong with the elevator shaft. Something may have gone off there. Are you doing all right? Do you need anything?
I just want to go home to my wife.
All right, sure. Yeah, that's fine. And they say, can you just look up there for me real quick? And he points to a camera.
I look confused and be like, why? I just need to go home to my wife. She needs to make sure I'm okay.
He says, we just need to know who was in the building at the time. I'm sure you're fine. It's not a big deal. It's just a procedure at this point. Standard procedure.
Just
Darius is already in the cameras, isn't he?
Yes.
I'm gonna
just silently.
No. I'm just gonna also find some random people and basically censor their faces through the footage to make them look more suspect too.
Ah.
Okay. So
And also I'm gonna, let's say that I remove 10 minutes of footage from 5 minutes before anything even started, which would even lead to Abe being seen getting in the elevator will be removed.
So anytime that our friend was in the building.
So basically anything suspect from the cameras would be removed and everything, and there will be some random people who are suspect.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
and
Wait, you're still keeping
as
some
a-
footage of us coming in,
Yep.
right?
Of course.
Okay.
yeah, but that's stored locally, and is just delete some random footage earlier in the day to make it look.
Yeah.
All right, but I will look up at the camera and just stare at it.
Cool.
I'm just gonna make it look like the footage was corrupt in some way or
Okay, cool. And you see that they're doing this for every single person that comes through. It's not anything special for you.
Okay.
Yeah. And you leave the building and you exit and you eventually get to the truck and you guys pull off, or what do you do?
We're leaving. I'm just going I'm punching him in the shoulder. You did an awesome fucking job there, farmhand.
What did I do to that man?
Fucking
well,
decked him with a fucking elevator, bitch.
he lost a few fingers. He was pretty scared, but it ended pretty quick.
Hey, it ain't the fall that kills you, it's a sudden stop.
Yeah, I doubt he lasted for even a second after he dropped.
Anywho, let's get back over there.
Okay. I want to focus on Abe for a second. I know that we
Okay.
have in the past, but how does Abe feel about all of this?
Even though he's usually pretty quick to violence,
That was still a lot.
that was a lot for him. He he doesn't know what to feel right now.
Okay, yeah, just shock, I assume.
Is he like visibly shocked or anything?
Oh, definitely.
Antonio's gonna kind of pat him on the back. Shit happens, all right? Just know that this one life is gonna save a few more, all right?
I'm gonna shake my head and be like, okay.
Keep your
And if you-
investigation going outright.
And if you need to talk to anybody, I know I'm not the person you'd go to, but I'm always willing to.
You guys slowly pull out and then leave as to not receive any heat, I assume.
Yep.
Yep. And we head back to the Ping. Or Ping, whatever his name is.
As
Yeah,
quickly as possible while not
Yep.
being that suspicious.
Yep.
Test.
No. You get there, and there's like a couple people waiting outside for you. One of them says to you as you like come up, he says, Mr. Zefeng says to meet back here 6 hours. We have men then. We take care of business, yes?
Yes, and I give him the location of where we're supposed to be, where he's supposed to be handing me off. I say, and just be advised, I'm going to be beaten up. It's going to look like I'm being betrayed, but it's just all part of the act, all right? Wait for my signal.
I'll give him a good cross across the cheeks for all the back talking. Sell the act.
Fair, yes. Very fair. 6 hours, Mr. Antonio.
6 hours. All
By
right.
the way, just curious about something. Your guy ever get
Yes?
to that building?
What are you talking about?
Their assassin. Guy who was.
I know what you're talking about. He's asking what you're talking about.
You weren't in on it, were you?
Oh, I see where the confusion is. No, we did not send anyone.
I see.
We wanted to see how well you work under pressure.
Yeah, that's pretty straightforward.
I mean, it makes sense. The guy who lived up on a farm in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's fair. Hey, that guy actually innocent. I use a story.
I mean, what do you want to know about him?
We wanna know something that will definitely fucking assuage Abe's guilt.
Would we have to use a story
He
point
was
for this
doing
event?
some really bad shit in the background.
Oh, so he looks over at Abe, like in the back, and he just says, yes, very bad men needed to go.
Did he do?
Bad stuff. Not good man.
I kind of lean. I
The
kind of
broken
lean
English,
over
I'm
him.
pretty sure.
I kind of lean over to him and say, in organized crime, that kind of means unspeakable acts. It could be anything from murder to getting a bit too friendly with kids. Could be anything, but it's definitely not something good.
Definitely that one. And he kind of looks bored at this point.
Okay, I'm
He
Yeah.
sort of laughs at Ozzy. Yeah, this guy wants us God. All right, let's give him a break.
Yeah. All right, cool. So you guys like head back to where exactly? The warehouse?
And
Yeah.
makes a
To do final preparations for the sellout, basically, quote unquote.
All right, cool. So you guys go back to the warehouse. You're gonna prepare for a little bit. Let's do a little bit of a zoom out and back in on like a dark room. You see there's the hum of like computers and like you see a lot of computer screens everywhere. There's a man smoking a cigarette as he is like looking over everything, but you only see it from like his hand's point of view where he's like looking at the screens, just like ashing the cigarette. And he's like hurriedly looking over a bunch of footage and he's just saying to himself over and over again, like, it's not here. It's not here. I can't find it. And you see like a man enter the room again from like the point of view of where the cigarette is. And this guy appears to be like in his like late 60s. He's probably maybe a little bit older than that, maybe like early 70s now that I say that. He's got like an implant in his eye that is like a red eye, like a red laser sort of thing. And he's like looking around. And he looks over at the guy and just says, "What have you found?" And the security dude like looks over at him. You see him for the first time now. He looks really nervous. And he says, "Well, I did what you asked, sir. I looked through all the like the cameras and everything. I mean, we're missing a lot of footage here." And the guy, the boss man, looks over at him and says, "And well, and what? I mean, what do you want me? I can't make this just. We're missing footage." And the guy just says, "This is unacceptable. We need that footage. You will find it, or I'll find somebody that will be able to find it. What do I pay my forensics teams for anyway?" And the guy says, "Listen, I've done what I can, and there's not a lot more I can do." And he just kind of the boss man kind of like touched a little bit, and he just says, "It's really a pity." And you see like two guys like enter from behind him, like two like big brutes. It's really a pity that you weren't able to do this for us. You know, contractors and all. I mean, you think that you'd accept a job, you'd be able to finish it. And the guy's like, wait, no. And you see like these two big guys grab a hold of him. They smash his head on one of the monitors, like breaking the screen completely. And you see that they like drag his face across like the cuts in the monitor. So he's got like jagged marks across his entire face. And then they kind of like, they beat the absolute living shit out of him on the floor. They drag him out of the room, and the guy is just whimpering the entire time saying, no, come on. Just give me another chance. And the guy, the boss man just says, "The best thing about contractors is you can always fire them and hire a new one. And we'll go back to you guys."
Yep. Also,
We
something
killed 2 men today.
Oh boy. Also, something which I didn't say is that I very likely just did some encryption on the footage also, which I have stored locally.
That's fair.
So yeah, if I want to use it, I can just do it. But if someone else, they really cannot.
Yeah, no problem. I got you.
Yeah, just clarifying.
Stuff anyway.
Yeah, just clarifying, just in case.
Yeah. I just like you guys being able to know what some of the implications of your work is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It's like a movie.
Exactly. That's what I'm going for.
The boat heist will make a good movie, though.
All right.
Or,
So,
sorry, submarine.
So he's gonna look over at Trent and at Darius and basically all of them and says, "All right, tear the suit if you have to, but just know it's gonna cost a fortune."
Yeah. Ain't paying it.
Yeah, I'm aware.
All right, so
I
I want
go
to
and-
see how well I sell breaking his fucking bones.
Are you gonna break his bones actually, or are you gonna make it look like you did?
No, make it look like. Also,
You
I
just
just
beat the shit out
realized
of
that I
him.
accidentally closed the Roll20 because I am
Oh.
a competent human being. Shut up.
Well,
Considering,
considering that you have
considering he's not a resisting, just for the sake of this, I'd just say like 1 difficulty.
What I'll basically do is I'll drop his strain for this, and he won't take any physical damage, but his strain will take a lot.
Yep. Also,
Alright.
I'm just gonna.
How much strain?
I'm
How much
gonna
strain do you have total?
I have 9 total, and I already have 1 from the fucking head banging on the door. So I probably at least have 1 bruise already.
Oh, that's not so bad. You only take 4. It's 4 strain.
Alright.
I just raw rolled my brawl skill, and it would have been.
Yeah, that basically comes out to exactly what I rolled as well.
Alright, so he's got 5 strain now.
Yeah, so you look beat up, but like, you know, for all intents and purposes, you don't have any like other damage, like physical damage.
You are beat up
physically
and you.
exhausted, but you're not like dying.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna take a bag or another and place something of vodka on it, and we're gonna cover it over your head to make this even look more convincing. If that's okay with everyone.
Ren has no
great.
objections. He just finds all this fun.
Yeah. So how do you guys want to prepare for this besides beating in the shit out of Antonio?
Trent is going to make sure that he has all of it.
Okay.
And can we give Antonio some way to make a signal?
Yeah, you guys can just have a signal.
Like a
He
like
has
a
small
remote
light- he has
signal.
a small lighter.
Yeah, sure. So, like, I imagine, like, Darius gives you, like, a little thing that... Yeah, he gives you, like, a little, like, emergency, like, what do you call it? Like a panic button?
Yeah.
That works.
He's gonna put it in his sleeve though, because he's not about to let them see him press a panic button.
I gotcha. Yeah, no problem. So, all right. So you guys are basically getting ready for this. Like, you're gonna go beat up the barbers, like at the location. What I think we should do is we should probably end it pretty quick here because this is actually a really great spot. But what we'll do before we end it is we'll take one more look at that guy that we saw earlier, like a couple minutes ago. You see another guy enter the room, that dark room where that guy got the shit kicked out of him. And and I was gonna do this like later, but since this is like a nice stopping point, we'll just do it now. He pushes. They push like another contractor, quote unquote, into the room, and they say, and like some dude, just like some huge dude, just looks at him and just says, "Fix it." And the guy, like, he's got like these weird round spectacle glasses, and he says, "What am I fixing? What am I doing? Why am I here? What am I doing?" And the big guy just says, "Fix footage." And the guy sits down, kind of looks over it a little bit quickly. He takes a cigarette himself, and he thinks for a moment and begins slowly typing on the computer, then faster and faster. You see that as he is like working, he has like sweat beating down his nose, and you can see that after a while, I'm gonna use a story point for this. After a while, he begins to like uncover faces very gradually, not very quickly by any means necessary. I mean, by any means, I should say. But like at one point, he like unblurs like a woman's face, and he just kind of like, smiles to himself, like, "Okay, maybe I won't die today," and we'll leave the story at that.
Now we've killed 3 people.
Well, not this guy. This guy's doing a good job.
Yeah, at
Yeah,
least not for
previous
now,
guy.
until they realize that those people are completely innocent.
Well,
Yeah.
who's saying they are going to realize?
True.
All right, that's the story, guys.
Kindly everyone for joining us. This has been Trading Among Snakes session. I think it's 10 actually. I have
I think
it.
so.
11.
Yeah. We
11.
made it 10 sessions. Confetti. Boom.
Confetti.
All over. Hey. I don't have a confetti effect. What the fuck do you want? Get the fuck out of here.